All right, everybody, second try. So I've never done live streaming like this directly onto Periscope and Twitter, but I actually learned that from the homie Paul Gordon. So big shout out to Paul at Teach to Tech on Twitter. So if you'd like to learn about that, credit due to where it's due there. But what this is, in my EdL 518B, multimedia development and instruction in the classroom at the EdTech program at CSU Fullerton. I do it by episode, so each week is an episode, and I'm the client, and they're the developer, so we kind of role play through this. And so this is now week 3, the concept and the task analysis. And just a recap of episode 1, that was setting up the teams and sharing the CBI ideas. That's our computer-based instruction project. And something that really happened in this stage that was unique and cool was that some of the teams formed to better meet the needs of their learners, particularly the adult learners. So I'm really excited to see the projects that are going to come out of those groups. And then in episode 2, they began creating their planning document and setting up their meeting. The meeting is going to be with me. It's also really exciting to start seeing the ideas and the concepts evolve into what will eventually be these really cool and unique CBI projects. So make sure you come back later at the end to see what these projects turn into. Now, this week, we're going to start to focus on the concept and the task analysis. So with the concept and task analysis, the way that I consider it is that the learner analysis is from the angle of what the students need to know and their needs. The task analysis is from the angle of how to perform the task and what it takes. So when we begin to think about the equity issues that we had talked about in 518A, this is really becomes our first opportunity to begin to apply these ideas as we design our own CBI project. For example, if you're thinking about the learner and what the students need to know and their needs, we want to make sure that the CBI we design and develop is going to be it's going to be developmentally appropriate, but then also provide access to learners from different levels. Why? Because when we're in classrooms, we have learners that are at diverse levels, and we want to make sure that everybody can access the curriculum equally. The next part is the task analysis. And so if you consider the task analysis and how the learner analysis are merged together, if your task is not developmentally appropriate for the students that you're working with, then it's going to be a task that's not going to be completed, and we kind of fail there already. So again, really consider how we can design our project to be something that will promote equity in instruction, in delivery, and it brings up to our next part, which is assessment. And this is really cool because this isn't a conversation that I really expected to start so early, but it's something that came out from some of the groups as they were leaving comments within their document. And this began with somebody asking, hey, we should be backwards mapping from the assessment. Now, when you consider the assessment, yes, you can do a quiz. A quiz is very traditional. However, consider that as a field, we've always talked about getting away from just a simple quiz. So if we want to get away from just a simple quiz, should a simple quiz be what we, when nobody's giving us an assessment, should that be how we decide to assess? So another option would be something written. You can have students write a paragraph if they're talking about different sources that they're analyzing. You can also have students make a Flipgrid video or make a screencast video where they share with their own words. And then finally, you can also have students create their own type of hands-on project to show what it is that they learned while working through your CBI. But if you step back and you look at this, you can also think about differentiating the assessments. Can you have a quiz, or can somebody get the option to write the paragraph? Can somebody get the option to create a Flipgrid video? Can somebody get the option to make a hands-on project? And when we do that, we create multiple entry points for our students to be more successful. And guess who that is up to? In this case, it is 100% up to you because you're going to be designing it. So don't limit yourself to maybe an assessment that you see on an app that you like, but limit yourself to your own imagination and what you think would really support the students in the class. So what you must do this week, make sure that you share your learner and task analysis on the discussion board, on discussion board 3 by Thursday, and I'll be giving you feedback directly there. And then you're also going to meet with me this week. And I'm excited because this is, our opportunity to get down in the trenches and really talk about what your project is going to be, and then kind of set the foundation for where it's going. Now, it's best if you have questions when you come to me. However, if you don't have questions, I've done this enough times to kind of know the questions that maybe you should be asking. So I'll make sure I guide you through that process as well. And then overall, I think it's just going to be a great opportunity to see you all and to share. Now, for this week with our gold stars, remember at the end, this is in this development project, we are going to also announce a winner for the entire semester. For the entire quarter. This week, we've started to see a couple of groups distinguish themselves on the leaderboards, kind of start pulling away from the pack. But we also have a new group that has entered the fray here, and that is Team Pep. So Team Pep, big shout out. Your group got a gold star this week for being diligent and setting up the meeting to meet with me first. So I'm excited about that. Then Team Tech Alive, your project or your documentation, I feel is like almost a week ahead of where it should be, which is a great thing. Because it's showing me how diligent you are being within the process, but also it's keeping it's keeping me on my toes with the process. But also I think that just from the ideas that are coming out of there, you're gonna have a good project, or you're on your way to creating a good project. And then finally, my last gold star is going to AR Productions. I'm really excited because you implemented the same design principles and strategies that we had talked about in 518A. You implemented them into your documentation, creating a really nice document that that goes with the spirit of the course. So we actually don't do that until week 5, 6-ish, and you started doing it now. So big shout out to you for that. But overall, everything's going great. I'm really excited for meeting with you all this coming week as we continue moving forward. Please reach out as needed. Stay safe and have a great weekend.